Our first clip of the day was uploaded to the YouTube channel Terra Latente. It's March 2022 and a security guard at the government hospital in Toluca, Mexico is doing his rounds late at night. Everything seems perfectly normal. That is until his camera inadvertently catches something quite eerie. Watch. It can be quite hard to see at first, but if we watch that again in slow motion, you can see what looks like a woman in a gown standing at the end of the hall. The camera catches just a glimpse, but by the time it swings back around, the figure is gone. It's late at night, all staff have gone home, and this area of the hospital shouldn't have patients wandering the halls. So who or what is standing by the door? There are rumours that this hospital is heavily haunted by former patients who have died here. Visitors have reported seeing shadowy people at the end of hallways that seem to vanish into nothing. Some staff members have said their night shifts get so creepy that they've threatened to quit or asked to be moved to another hospital. They say they've seen people walking around in hospital gowns, but when they run after them to ask them to return to their beds, there's no sign of them at all. Add to these sightings the regular reports of disembodied children's screams, and you've got yourself what sounds like a seriously haunted hospital. But can these stories be believed? Watch the footage again and make your own mind up. When user Space and Flowers uploaded an eerie photo to Reddit, it left the community abuzz with talk of whether or not it shows a real ghost. At first, the photo, which was taken at a children's museum, appears perfectly normal. That is until you take a look at the upper right-hand corner of the image. In the window, you can make out what looks like two dark hands pressed up against the glass. There's even the faint impression of a head and torso. The poster notes that the room is normally used for arts and crafts and that the window is often covered in chalk and paint, as you can see here in this photo. However, the window gets thoroughly cleaned every evening at closing time. Here's a photo of what it normally looks like. The window is clear, and there doesn't appear to be anything that would give the impression of a transparent figure pressing their hands on the glass. So what are we looking at here then? The OP followed up the image by saying that a lot of the cleaning staff at the museum have said that they believe the property is haunted. So are the handprints just leftovers from one of the arts and crafts sessions? If so, then how do you explain the partially visible head and torso? Love to hear your thoughts on this eerie photo in the comments down below. TikTok user ToTheFloor269 has been sharing some unnerving experiences from their home, claiming that a ghostly presence might be haunting the property. Late at night, strange occurrences have left the uploader and viewers questioning whether there's something more sinister at play. In one video, the OP begins recording after feeling an eerie presence in their living room.
Show yourself. Show yourself to me. I want to see who you are. No, I want to see who you are. Leave me alone.
A pole in the room inexplicably moves all on its own.
Show me your face or leave my house. I demand it. No, go.
In another clip, captured on a different night, the activity escalates. While in the kitchen, the OP spots something strange outside of the window.
Something was looking at me through the window, and I heard that lady crying again. I thought, coming out of the kitchen. I'm freaking the out.
Although the video itself doesn't capture the sound, the uploader claims to have heard a woman's screams just moments before. As they continue filming, the situation takes a chilling turn. Watch.
Oh, no, no,
A knife suddenly flies across the kitchen, passing dangerously close to the uploader.
no, no, no.
These eerie events have sparked a lot of speculation among viewers. Is it truly a haunting, or is there another explanation? With more unsettling clips emerging, it seems like this haunting mystery is only deepening.
No, no, no.
TikToker Jen Barari has been documenting a set of eerie and bizarre events in and around her home for over a year now. We've featured some of her clips before, but it turns out her alleged haunting is much darker and more mysterious than you'd think. It began in November 2021 when Barari uploaded her first video to TikTok showing some strange activity on her property. Take a look.
And sounds like an animal in distress.
I'm gonna let it catch up. Oh.
At first, we can hear some kind of high-pitched screeching. Sounds a bit like a dog or fox in the distance. Then she shows us something eerie captured on her home security system. Watch.
Like, what is that?
A figure appears out of nowhere just next to the swing set in her backyard.
Like, what is that?
A short while later, the figure walks out of sight.
What the hell?
You may notice that the timestamp jumps from 2045 to 2047 right when the figure appears. While at first many viewers thought this was evidence of a hoax, Barari left a reply saying that she also thought perhaps someone was pranking her and had somehow edited the security footage just to scare her.
What the hell?
In a follow-up video, Barari says that her house was built back in the late 1700s, featuring an old barn house and the main colonial building that she lives primarily in.
I live on a property that was built in the 1700s. There's a colonial house, there's a main house. I'm sorry, there's the colonial house, which is the main house, and then there's the barn house. And we're in the main house, so this is what's going on by my daughter's playground, okay?
She then shows us some more CCTV footage. This time, some weird sounds are captured. Take a listen.
I know you hear that. Okay, that's not right.
Then more activity can be seen.
Mind you, like, when I went back outside, I was f***ing with them because they're latched.
This time the timestamp doesn't jump, despite the lounge chairs somehow moving on their own.
Mind you, like, when I went back outside, I was f***ing with them because they're latched.
Then in this next clip, we hear her back door knocking. When she looks outside, there's no one there.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Where's the flashlight? Where's the flashlight? I'm going out with no phone. This is the worst flashlight. How do I turn this on? There's literally nobody f***ing here. Oh, sorry, babe. There's nobody f***ing here.
A lot of people in the comments were worried that Barari may have just let something paranormal into her home, stating that you should never open a knocking door when there's no one there.
There's literally nobody f***ing here.
Several days later, while filming an update video for her wife and daughter who had left the property to stay in the city, Barari captures something truly chilling on camera. Take a look.
Whoa. Baby, tell me I'm bugging.
A dark figure can be seen in the top left window.
Tell me I'm bugging. Oh, alright.
Bravely, Barari heads up into the roof to investigate. But there doesn't appear to be anyone or anything there. The following morning, the uploader shows the back of the property where an old gravestone sits. It reads, Mike, 1943 to 1954.
I don't know if you can see that, but it says Mike. I think 43 to 54.
Barari says she had always thought it was just a memorial for a dog, but after all the recent activity, she's not so sure anymore.
I always assumed it was a dog named Mike, and there's other little stones along the path, but I can't get through there, so.
She then shows another stone statue where someone seems to have sliced the head clean off.
It's really weird. So the head got cut clean off, and that is a little weird, huh? Poor guy. Just clean off. Coincidence? I don't know.
Then, in early January 2022, something strange is caught on one of the home's security cameras. Here's some more CCTV footage. This time we can see one of the swings in the backyard moving. This is followed by some eerie voices. Then in April, Barari captures some more eerie security footage of her daughter standing in bed.
Honey, what's going on? Baby, come here. Come here. What's up, baby? Come here. What's up?
Prompted by all the activity, Barari invites a medium into their home. Here's the conversation.
I definitely feel spiritual warfare here.
Wow.
Is your child here today?
She's with her friends right now at a house next door.
We have to stay in different places a lot just because of the activity here.
Do you hear that?
I do.
Yeah.
I feel somebody here with us.
Okay.
I would definitely give some sort of special guardian to your child. They're so young people are stuck in with their souls, but they tend to cling to them. So protect her, get her some stones or rosaries or something. I feel for her safety.
I feel like the activity's just getting...
Do you hear it right now? It's
And it's like
insane.
a man or something with he doesn't talk. That's
Holy.
it. I'm leaving. It's too demon for me. It's too much. There's good in demonic, but this is evil. I'm out.
So is Jen Barari's home really haunted? If a medium refuses to stick around, you have to wonder whether some kind of evil energy really is infesting the property. And what's to be made of all the eerie security footage, the strange noises, and the creepy gravestones?
That is a little weird, huh? Poor guy.
This is an ongoing saga, one we'll keep an eye on. In the meantime, I highly recommend you check out the rest of her videos. As always, I'll put a link in the description box down below. This next eerie image was uploaded to Facebook by Dom Fujarski. Some years ago, this couple were dining at a restaurant that was built on top of an old mine. The property is famous for its mining history and prominently displays memorabilia from its bygone years. The couple had this photo taken while dining in the restaurant. However, in the background of the image, you can make out a transparent man floating right in the middle of the room. He looks to have a long beard and is wearing a white button-up shirt, very similar to a miner's uniform. Dom says this is a snap of the physical photo itself, which was developed in a store, meaning it couldn't have been photoshopped. While there's a slight chance this could be double exposure, the man's uncanny resemblance to an old miner certainly makes this a creepy photo. Our first clip of the day is an eerie little sighting uploaded to TikTok by elkakui.tv. It's late at night and a vehicle is making its way through a dimly lit one-way tunnel. Soon, the driver spots something quite unusual. Take a look. As they pass by, you can make out what looks like a small child standing on the side of the road. The passenger and the driver himself ask if that was a kid. Naturally, viewers have come to two possible conclusions, and both are just as eerie. The first is that what we're seeing is a genuinely lost child stuck in the middle of a road in a dimly lit tunnel in what appears to be the middle of nowhere. The second conclusion that some viewers reached is that it's an apparition of a child, perhaps someone who sadly lost their lives along this very stretch of road. So either way, both scenarios are sad and eerie. In October 2022, Redditor Phantom881999 posted some bizarre CCTV footage that was captured outside of his dad's workplace. The footage shows a night vision view of a small deserted roadway. It's a little before midnight when something horrible comes into view. Watch. Although distorted, it looks to be two transparent figures hobbling along the road. The one in the back walks more upright, while the figure in the foreground is hunched over and almost looks to be walking on all fours. Both shapes are largely transparent, so you can't make any definite features, yet some Redditors have suggested that it reminds them of a demon walking next to a vicious hellhound. Here it is again in slow motion. Other viewers are a bit more skeptical. They think it could just be a normal person smoking a cigarette, which would explain the glowing near the top of the shape, and that they're out walking their very normal dog. However, the strange appearance of the shapes makes others less certain that this video could be showing anything so mundane. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this very strange piece of footage. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's thought that children might be more sensitive than adults to the paranormal. Maybe it's just because of their active imaginations, but kids often claim to feel and see things that grown-ups can't. This video, uploaded to TikTok by PARANORMAL, shows a photograph that might just prove this to be true. The pic was snapped by a young girl on her toy camera. According to the girl's mother, their child had been seeing someone in her room and started refusing to sleep in there. On the day that this photo was captured, the girl and her mother were sitting inside the house all alone. As the girl was taking pictures, she turned and said, "Mummy, there's a man in my photo." Her mother grabbed the camera and was startled to see the dark silhouette of a manly figure standing in their hallway. As the poster says her husband was at work at the time, who or what could this shadowy figure be? Is it possible that the young girl has captured photographic proof that there really is something else inside their home? Perhaps it's time for her parents to believe her. This next clip was submitted to our Slaptam subreddit by user In Love with the Moon. According to them, they'd recently moved into a new house and had just set up the front porch camera that day. After receiving a notification on their phone, they checked the footage and heard something rather unnerving. Take a listen. The video sounds like it's captured the voice of a woman saying the words, "Help me." It's then followed by another word that's a little more difficult to make out. One viewer thinks the voice actually says, "Help me God," with the word God being drawn out like it's being said by someone in pain. Another viewer thought they could hear "Help me, go home," or "Help me, go over." So what do you think the voice is saying? Take another listen to the footage and let me know what you hear in the comments down below. The forests of the world are full of strange and forgotten things. If you look closely, you'll never know what you might just find. Just ask Slaptam fan Jacqueline Faye Mathis. This photo was taken by Mathis's son in the woods near Baltimore, Maryland in the United States. In these woods, you'll find lots of abandoned monasteries and forts that were used during the American Revolutionary War and the War of 1812. It's within one of these overgrown ruins that Mathis's son and his father were hiking when they came across what appeared to be a wooden cross. They decided to snap a picture with the cross before leaving the desolate old ruins. Later, they noticed something odd. If you look at the bottom of the photo, just to the left of the man's feet, you'll see what appears to be a face peering up from behind the cross. The hikers insist that there was no one else around when they snapped the photo. So could this be the spirit of someone who fought in one of those wars from years gone by? Or was there someone lurking watching the hikers the whole time? Look closely at the photo and let me know what you think this is in the comments down below. This creepy encounter was uploaded to Instagram by the South American news outlet Infobay. This bus driver from the Salta province of Argentina says he was finishing his shift driving an empty bus back to the depot when suddenly the stop button was pressed as though a passenger wanted to get off. He took out his phone to film what was happening. The driver shows us how strange it is that the stoplight had been activated despite the fact that there's no passengers on board the bus. Now things get even creepier when you listen closely to the footage. In it, you can hear a woman's voice. Translated from Spanish, it sounds like the voice says, "Stop, driver." The bus driver was stumped by the incident and has no way of explaining what happened. There's been no official word from the bus company either, so for now, this very eerie encounter will have to remain a complete mystery. It's not uncommon for people to be scared of the dark, strange noises, mysterious shadows. Many people talk about the Hat Man or shadow people, beings who they claim to visit them while they sleep. This photo might have captured evidence of just such a visitation. The image, which was posted to Facebook by Mark Summer, was supposedly captured by his friend's 13-year-old daughter. In it, we see the interior of a room. In front of the dresser, there's the unmistakable silhouette of a man wearing a hat. The young girl who captured the pic was experiencing sleep paralysis at the time, a phenomenon during which you feel as though you're awake, but you find you can't move your body at all. When she finally snapped out of it, she heard a noise coming from across her room. She quickly grabbed her cell phone and took this photo. Many people who experience sleep paralysis are also known to see terror-inducing nighttime visitors. In fact, after this photo was posted online, several viewers said that they too had been visited by a similar figure throughout their lives. Some say that the Hat Man or similar shadowy figure sightings occur during the period between sleep and waking. But could this photo prove that this entity doesn't just lurk in our dream state? Have you ever seen the Hat Man or a shadow person? Maybe it was more than just a figment of your imagination. Our last clip of the day is quite a strange one. It's some security footage from a grocery store. It was uploaded to Instagram by A Guide to Combat. At first, everything appears perfectly normal. That is until this happens. Out of nowhere, the man starts acting strangely as though he's seen something horrible just above him. He panics, then appears to collapse to the ground. So what did the man see that caused such a drastic reaction? Some people thought the man was just an actor, perhaps playing a prank on the security staff monitoring the cameras. But others aren't so sure, saying the sudden change in behaviour looks quite genuine. So what do you think's going on here? If it's a seizure of some kind, why does he look upwards as though something is coming to get him? There have been a few other clips floating around recently showing people behaving very similarly. Love to hear your theories on this bizarre behaviour in the comments down below. For some time now, popular TikToker Diana Estrada 9 has suspected that her house might be haunted. Her daughter regularly says that an imaginary friend lives inside of the house and that they play together. In this clip, while going to get some milk at 12 AM, something creepy happens. Watch.
¿A quién le dices hola, hija? ¿A quién le dices hola?
Watching that again, the daughter runs off into the darkness and says hello to something.
¿A quién le dices hola, hija? ¿A quién le dices hola?
She then says, hello girl. Some viewers claim that if you listen closely with headphones, it sounds like something says hello back to the girl.
¿A quién le dices hola, hija? ¿A quién le dices hola?
A lot of commenters have noted that this would be hard to fake. Getting a child to run into a dark room in the middle of the night just to say hello to something isn't something a typical child would want to do for fun. So could we really be seeing an interaction with a ghost? Watch the clip again and make your own mind up.
¿A quién le dices hola? ¡Ay, la niña, hijo de puta madre!
In 2011, YouTube user Francisco Javier Correa uploaded a fascinating piece of footage from Chile recorded in February 2002 that sparked widespread debate about the existence of USOs, or unidentified submersible objects. The video, captured by the uploader's godfather on a VHS camera during a family outing to the beach, shows a massive object rising out of the sea before mysteriously sinking back down beneath the water.
¿Cómo apareció de repente?
As the family enjoys a day at the beach, the camera suddenly captures what looks like a metallic mass emerging from the sea in the Strait of Magellan.
Ya, no. Es algo raro que vemos ahí, pero no se aprecia qué es lo que es.
The object is described by the narrator as something far too large and unusual to a submarine. The narrator's voice is filled with awe as he points out the strange colours and odd behaviour of the object.
¿Cómo apareció de repente? No se aprecia lo que es ya.
The footage has attracted attention not only for its content, but also for the testimony it's inspired. One commenter claimed to have witnessed the same event on the same day, providing further details of the massive object's appearance and the awe-inspiring sight of it emerging from the water. According to this witness, the object was clearly defined and unlikely to be a man-made platform due to the depth of the water and the strong currents in the area. USOs have long fascinated both researchers and conspiracy theorists alike. Unlike UFOs, which are known for appearing in the sky, USOs are believed to emerge from and submerge into bodies of water, often vanishing without a trace. While UFO sightings date back to ancient times, reports of USOs began gaining traction in the 20th century, often linked to mysterious naval or maritime encounters. The waters off the coast of South America, particularly in Chile, have been hotbeds for strange sightings. Historically, USOs have been reported in a variety of places, from the oceans to large lakes. The famous Shag Harbour incident of 1967, where a strange craft reportedly crashed into the waters off the coast of Nova Scotia, is considered one of the best documented cases. Witnesses, including local fishermen and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, claim to see lights moving underwater before vanishing entirely. Another famous case is the 1963 US Navy sonar tracking of an unidentified object moving at incredible speeds underwater, far beyond the capabilities of any known technology. Some researchers speculate that these USOs are linked to underwater alien bases or advanced extraterrestrial technology. Others suggest they could be experimental military submarines or drones. In either case, the concept of USOs opens up intriguing possibilities about what might be hiding in the depths of the world's oceans, which remain largely unexplored. Some spooky security footage captured at a discount supermarket in the United States has left viewers asking the question, are ghosts real? In mid-September 2022, CCTV footage at a Dollar General store in Humansville, Missouri, captured a strange apparition in one of the offices. The footage was uploaded to YouTube by the Humansville Paranormal Society. Take a look. At around 2 AM, the mist-like shape moves from left to right in the back office of the store. It appears, then disappears, leaving no trace whatsoever. The OP's wife, Katrina, used to work at the store. She claims she used to hear all kinds of eerie sounds, including the freezer doors banging closed when there was no one else around. Humansville has a long history, and the site where this Dollar General store now sits used to be an old water tower, the base of which is still present on the property. The town is small, with a population of just over 1,000 people. For years, residents have been reporting strange sightings and eerie experiences in Humansville. One of the most reportedly haunted areas is up at the old Elliott Farm, not far from Simrel Cemetery, about 9 miles west of downtown Humansville. Some locals say that the property is not only haunted, but that it permeates evil. An urban legend says that the former owner of the farm was a cruel and wicked man who would torture animals. One night, after getting into an argument with his brother, he burnt down their barn, which was full of horses, just to teach him a lesson. Months later, the farm owner went missing. His family and local townsfolk led a search party, but there was no sign of him anywhere. Finally, after days of exhaustive searches, they discovered both he and his horse lying dead in a field miles from the farm. No one knows what happened or what he was doing in such a rural part of the neighbouring farm. Some say a curse or evil presence played a hand in his death. So could Humansville really be haunted? If this CCTV footage is anything to go by, then perhaps the urban legends are true, and a deep paranormal energy really is clinging to this old town. This next one has been doing the social media rounds this past week or so. People are saying it's yet more evidence that we're living in a simulation. This version was uploaded to Instagram by UFO Alien 1. Take a look. It's downtown Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and emergency services have gathered to try and remove a bird that appears to be floating in mid-air. Onlookers appear confused as it looks like the bird is glitching out and hovering in one spot. The sighting has prompted viewers to question whether we are indeed living in a simulated reality. In the early 2000s, Swedish philosopher Nick Bostrom developed the idea that we may be living in a computer-generated simulation. He posited the idea that one or more advanced civilizations might be utilizing vast amounts of computing power to run simulations of historical events and/or alternate timelines or versions of reality. These simulations would be so realistic that the entities inside of them may not realize that they're living in a simulated reality. Researchers have found that certain physical laws like gravity can be explained as information processing. This suggests that our reality may be a digital simulation, much like a computer game. So what do you think? Could this floating bird be a glimpse at an error in the simulation? And what do you think of Bostrom's simulation argument in general? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Cemeteries are creepy at the best of times, but if you ever get the chance to visit one after dark, they can be pure nightmare fuel. When the investigators from the YouTube channel Soy Ramses decided to explore an old graveyard, it seems that they probably got more than they bargained for. As the video begins, we see the investigators speaking briefly to the camera.
Nos queda la policía ahorita, amigos, para preguntarnos qué estábamos haciendo, porque obviamente pues que estén 2 personas en un cementerio se ve sospechoso, y más con el equipo que estamos trayendo, pues nos interesa.
However, if you look closely, you'll notice that the paranormal activity might have already started. There's a shadowy figure walking among the graves. Take a look.
Nos queda la policía ahorita, amigos, para preguntarnos qué estábamos haciendo, porque obviamente pues que estén 2 personas en un cementerio se ve sospechoso, y más con el equipo que estamos trayendo, pues nos interesa.
The YouTubers then begin their investigation and soon discover what appears to be an empty grave full of muddy water.
Probablemente, mira.
The grave doesn't seem to be freshly dug, and nothing else around it indicates that it could have been filled by heavy rain.
Se roban los ataúdes y los cuerpos y eso pues puede ser una clara evidencia pues. Podría ser que sí.
They continue on, and it isn't long before they get a fright while examining some tombstones. Watch.
Atrévete a mostrarte.
Güey, guacha. No mames, güey. No mames, güey.
Watching that again, 2 bottles resting on a nearby grave suddenly topple over. However, there doesn't seem to be anyone else around that could have caused it.
Guacha. No mames, güey. Oye, escucha.
No has cortado nada, ¿verdad?
No.
Quiero que te acerques y que la gente vea.
The investigators search the area.
Güey, eso es todo. Oye, no mames, güey.
Then a noise catches their attention. That's when they spot the shadowy figure lurking nearby.
Le tiro la luz. Te haciendo, güey. Espérate, está haciendo ahí. A ver, tira la luz, tengo que ver. ¡Ey! No mames, güey.
They give chase, but soon lose sight of it.
¡Ey! No mames, güey. No, güey. No, espérate, güey.
¿Quién eres?
Then they stumble across a broken grave where they discover something rather unnerving. Take a look.
¿Quién eres? ¿Qué estás haciendo aquí?
Guacha. No mames, güey. Está así, mira, aquí está su mano. ¿Qué es eso?
No, ya vámonos, güey.
While the contents of the bag is probably a little too graphic for YouTube, we'll leave a link to the original video in the description box below, so you can go and check it out for yourself.
No mames, güey, no, güey. Vámonos, güey. No. Vámonos. Espérate.
No, güey.
This next one's also been doing the social media rounds. This version was uploaded to Instagram by The Inexplicable. The clip begins with someone sweeping up a pool of water at what appears to be a cemetery. But soon, something unusual starts happening. The pool of water begins to swirl in a strange way. Given the setting, many viewers were quick to fling this sighting into the realms of the paranormal. Many believe it could be a spirit trying to make contact. A more down-to-earth theory suggests that there could be a gap under the tiles, causing the water to swirl and bubble as it partially drains, or perhaps the water is reacting to a draft coming up through the tiles. Unfortunately, the clip is just too brief to make a definitive call, and without being there in person, it's impossible to know whether there actually is a gap in the tiles or not. Still, it hasn't stopped this clip from going viral, with many certain it's evidence of a spiritual entity making itself known at this old cemetery. This first piece of footage on our list was posted to TikTok by Sasha000. It's an excerpt taken from the telecast of the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. As foreign dignitaries, friends and loved ones parade ceremoniously past the decorated coffin, several guards stand stoically on the lookout. Suddenly, something rather strange happens to the guard on the bottom right. Take a look. The guard's headpiece begins to fray out to the side as if lifted by some sort of unseen force. Some commenters thought it could be caused by the wind. There is a candle behind the guard that's also flickering. However, the guests don't appear to be moving fast enough to be stirring up a breeze. Add to that, the headpiece's movement doesn't look like it's being blown about randomly. So is it the Queen playfully making her presence known, or is there another way to explain the movement of the guard's headpiece? Let me know your thoughts on this curious piece of footage in the comments down below. While cameras sometimes catch some pretty unnerving things, most who review their footage are not likely looking out for the paranormal. However, this first clip on our list might just persuade a few to observe a little closer. In the home security footage submitted by Kimberly Carlisle, we can see two parked cars near a house. It's dark outside and there are a few insects flying around the light of the camera. Take a look at what happens next. Out of nowhere, two misty shapes seem to materialize. They move from left to right before disappearing without a trace. If you take a good look at the shape at the top, you can see that it resembles a ghostly person. In fact, one viewer noted that it looked like a woman holding her dress. If you slow the footage down, the resemblance becomes even clearer. It also appears as though the woman has her hair tied up in a bun. She looks like someone from a bygone era. While this could simply be a case of pareidolia, the sudden appearance and disappearance of the shape is certainly mysterious. So what do you think this camera has captured then? Could it be a fleeting glimpse of a ghost, or is there another way to explain what we're seeing here? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Many people are familiar with the story of the Titanic, the largest ocean liner of its time to set sail across the ocean. But have you ever wondered about the spirits of those who went down with the ship? You may indeed start to wonder after seeing this footage from the YouTube channel Ghost Hunt Weekends. The Titanic set sail across the Atlantic Ocean in April of 1912. Unfortunately, most of the passengers never reached their destination in the United States. On April 15, the ship struck a large iceberg in the middle of the ocean, tearing a large hole in the ship's hull. In a matter of hours, the ship sank into the icy waters of the Atlantic, killing 1,500 of its approximately 2,220 passengers and crew, making it one of the deadliest ocean disasters in history. In this video, a team of ghost hunters visit the Titanic Museum, where numerous artifacts from the sunken ship are prominently on display. Evidently hoping that some spiritual energy from the tragically deceased passengers might still be clinging to these artifacts, they try to contact spirits within the museum.
These meters going nuts.
Can you stop for a second? I'm the guy with the gifts.
In an exhibit featuring metal gates from the ship, behind which many lower class passengers were locked, left to drown as the ship filled with water, they ask any spirits to show themselves.
Can you show yourself to us?
The camera remains focused on the door for quite a while, only panning away briefly. However, when the camera does pan over the gathered crowd, look at the back closely.
We can't hear you if you're in there.
A strange figure in a dark cloak slips behind the eagerly watching onlookers. Those who were there that day say they never saw anyone or anything that fits the description of this eerie dark figure. So is this a spirit that's somehow attached to a remnant from the ill-fated Titanic? Watch the footage again and decide for yourself.
We can't hear you if you're in there. We're gonna leave.
Have you ever tried to communicate with a supernatural entity? There are several gadgets that supposedly aid in contacting ghosts, like the REM pod seen in this clip. But do they really work? You be the judge. When the poster moved into their apartment in late 2019, they began seeing a woman in Victorian clothing as well as a young boy. They would hear knocking coming from their storage closet and see the lights flickering. The poster decided to do some investigation and found that there was once a huge Victorian house on the property that was torn down and replaced with the apartments. They also learned that a widowed woman named Deborah lived in the house with her young son. The poster decided to place a REM pod near the storage closet door to see if they could make contact with Deborah and her son. The video, which was uploaded to our Slaptam Facebook community by V-Team Paranormal, shows the device in action.
Did you used to live in this building? Yes.
As the woman in the recording asks the REM pod a series of questions, it responds by illuminating coloured lights. Listen to the eerie conversation.
Can you touch just the red one, please? Thank you. Are you with your son? Yeah. Have you been here a long time? Yes.
It seems that the REM pod confirms the woman's suspicions, and that she is indeed dealing with the spirit of a woman named Deborah.
Is your name Deborah? Yes.
Have you had any experience using a REM pod for supernatural investigation? If you have, we'd love to hear about it in the comments down below.
Can you stop it playing now? Oh, did you like this session?
Paranormies are a supernatural investigation channel here on YouTube. Based in Canada, the team travels around North America in search of ghosts, demons, and other paranormal phenomena. In this episode, one of their lead investigators, Johnny, delves into his past, searching for deeper reasons as to why he's been looking for ghosts his entire life. It begins with Johnny recalling a chilling childhood memory that he shares with his brother. Take a listen.
Slowly and subconsciously, we were both being drawn further away from the pool table to a locked, closed door that was nearest to us.
Spurred on by this childhood encounter, the Paranormies team decide to set up an investigation inside of Johnny's dad's home, where a lot of his childhood belongings still reside. Johnny has always had a deep feeling that something paranormal may have attached itself to his family, even before he was born.
I promised to get back to that story and share the details of everything that happened inside that room before I was even born. But to get you to that point, I need to take you back to present day and why we're filming, where we're filming.
As the team sets up their equipment, strange EVPs get caught on their cameras.
Makes me wonder.
Watching that again, a breathy voice can be heard saying, "Mine." Then, moments later, the team's Ovilus, a specialist piece of ghost hunting equipment, says something that spooks Johnny out.
Wow.
The Ovilus says the name David. This has particular meaning to Johnny because his uncle, who also happens to live in this house, has recently been diagnosed with cancer. His name also happens to be David.
That's my uncle who lives here.
Things begin to ratchet up a notch when the team starts hearing noises around the home. Following this eerie activity, the Paranormies decide to search the home using a modded Xbox Kinect SLS camera. These cameras are known throughout the paranormal community to potentially detect entities that the human eye can't see. Take a look at what they catch.
He was in the corner?
It was right there. Right there. There he is. There's nothing there.
Then seconds later, this happens.
I'm looking. Holy shit!
God, dude, that scared me to death.
Oh, maybe that wasn't nothing.
Okay.
Who was that?
Vapor?
Then a short while later, a door seems to open all by itself.
That just fucking opened.
Later, yet more activity is captured while exploring the garage.
Might have shut it off. What the f? You? Is it? Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
Sometime later, after their spirit box repeatedly says the word help, a strange shadow can be seen passing through the yard.
Whoa! Whoa!
Do you hear that?
Yeah, that was a big help, eh?
Compelled by all the bizarre activity, the team decides to run a sensory deprivation session to see if they can contact any spirits that might be present.
Violence. Was there violence between, it sounds like you're talking about two people, there was violence between the two of you?
Before long, they keep getting the name Harry come through the spirit box.
Harry! Again, Harry!
Again. What about
Is a train going by? Because I'm hearing train tracks in the ear. It's constant tracks.
It appears something tragic might have happened on the nearby train tracks.
It's like I'm hearing a train going by in my headphones, so loud. And then it said violence again.
And there is a train going by. You can hear it.
Moments later, some eerie activity is caught on camera.
Did you die on the train tracks?
Yes.
Okay. Did somebody else cause your death, or did you do it yourself?
It said kitchen.
You work in the kitchen? Which kitchen?
It said, oh, no. Oh, yeah, it said, yeah.
Towards the end of the session, Johnny suddenly drops the spirit box and begins to act strangely.
You dropped the spirit box. Johnny? You okay?
He thinks he hears something in the kitchen.
Ooh. Somebody in the kitchen?
I don't know.
He's clearly dazed and confused. As if all these events weren't enough, there's one final encounter left for the team. Take a look.
House. Oh!
So what's to be made of this eerie investigation? Could something really have attached itself to Johnny's family all those years ago? And is there still an energy residing in his father's home? If this footage is anything to go by, it certainly does make you wonder whether something paranormal is going on here. There's a lot more to this investigation that we weren't able to cover here. I highly recommend you go check out the Paranormies channel. As always, I'll put a link in the description box down below. Their channel's fantastic, their production quality is second to none. So head on over, show them some love, and smash that subscribe button.
Oh.
Our last clip of the day was sent to us by Reddit user Canadian Queen Bee. The OP says that she moved into a set of new condos a few years ago. The complex was brand new and there were no previous owners. However, shortly after moving in, things began to turn a little strange. One night after the OP put her children to bed, she noticed a dark figure slip into her bedroom. It stood at the end of her bed, then disappeared. Following this eerie encounter, things began to escalate. Lights began flicking on and off throughout the night, chairs would slide across the room without reason, and a heavy, uncomfortable presence could be felt throughout the entire home. Sometime later, the OP was picking up some toys in her living room when her phone inadvertently began filming. Take a look at what it captured. Watching that again, a dark shadow moves from left to right. Then if you listen closely, it sounds like her daughter says, "Who was that?" Freaked out by the incident, the uploader decided to contact a psychic. The medium told the homeowner that they were dealing with a poltergeist and that it was attached to her and not the home itself. They then went on to say that it was the spirit of a friend of theirs who had sadly drowned a year prior. The medium said they were just trying to make contact. The OP mentioned that a lot of the details the psychic said were spot on, making them believe that what they were saying was the real deal. Despite this information, the homeowner believes there could also be a second presence inside of the home. They claim there's also a male energy that lingers in the house, one that isn't friendly at all. It feels dark and uncomfortable, the homeowner said. In fact, a neighbour said that they were moving out of the apartment complex because they believed their condo was haunted too. They said there was a dark male entity inside of their house that was becoming too hard to ignore. While the story itself is creepy enough, when you pair it with the phone's footage of the strange shadowy figure, it certainly does make you wonder whether something paranormal could really be happening here. Our last clip of the day has been spooking the internet for over 13 years. It's a brief home recording of some friends chatting at a house. It was uploaded to the YouTube channel Light6 with a brief description that says, "Check this out, my friend got freaked out by a real ghost." Take a look at what the camera's caught.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh my God.
What, Emily?
Help.
Are you alright?
What's wrong?
Are you alright?
He just said
Did you not see that?
no. He just moved.
I heard him say something.
Yeah.
As one of the friends freaks out, you can see a strange apparition in the background.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh my God.
What, Emily?
It's as though only this one girl can see it, as the rest of the group look around trying to figure out why she's getting so upset.
He just said
Did you not see that?
no. He just moved.
I heard him say something.
If we slow it down, the figure in the background just seems to dissolve into nothing.
Are you alright?
Back in 2009, this video went viral with many calling it proof that ghosts really do exist. It spread through email threads and forums and sparked many a paranormal debate. However, a year later, the Light6 channel released a teaser trailer to a documentary called The Science of Scams. The host, Darren Brown, explains that they released a series of deliberate hoax videos onto the internet to see if any would catch on. In the snippet, we can see the previous ghost sighting.
A website created by a team on a global mission to make the world truly question the paranormal.
Oh my God. No, I saw it.
Earlier this year, they created hoax videos of 7 different events which appear to be paranormal phenomena.
So it would seem this ghost sighting is 100% a hoax and was designed purely to catch people out so they could later feature it in their documentary.
What's wrong?
Are you alright?
He just said
Did you not see that?
no. He just moved.
I heard him say something.
Yeah.
This one was submitted to our Slaptam subreddit, but its true origins are unknown. It's believed to be some security footage captured on a farm somewhere in Peru. Take a look at what the cameras have captured.
Ay, mira. Uy, uy, se ha parado. ¡Puta huevo! Invisible así, ¿no? Su cuello así, tu huevón. Se ha estirado.
Watching that again, what at first looks like a person sitting cross-legged in a field quickly becomes something a whole lot stranger. The person stands up and appears to change into a funnel of black mist. It then appears to look down the well right as another strange black orb flies off to the left. While it's possible the low compression rate of the security camera could be causing the person to distort, there is something about the way they peer into the well that seems wholly unsettling. Whatever it is, it looks to slink about, and it even has glowing eyes at the very beginning of the clip.
Ay, mira. Uy, uy, se ha parado. ¡Puta huevo! Invisible así, ¿no? Su cuello así, tu huevón. Se ha estirado.
Unfortunately, that's all we know about this clip. It's lacking any solid information, so it's impossible to dig deeper into the sighting. So, unless more info comes to hand, this unsettling sighting will have to remain a mystery. This next one isn't about ghosts at all, but it's freaky nonetheless. When TikTok user Love Natexo caught a spider in her garage, she couldn't have known the bizarre discovery she was about to make. Take a look.
Every time I touch my phone, it freaking
Tap it crazy.
moves.
Tap it crazy.
Look, look, look. But yet, I'm tapping the table and nothing. And I go here on my phone and I touch the camera. It's like if it feels what I'm touching on the camera.
As you can see, when she taps her phone, it makes the spider react inside of the jar.
Touch my phone, it freaking
Tap it crazy.
moves.
Tap it crazy.
Look, look, look. But yet,
Yet when the table's tapped, the spider doesn't move at all.
I'm tapping the table and nothing. And I go here on my phone and I touch the camera. It's like if it feels what I'm touching on the camera.
There are 3 possible explanations here, and they all relate to the way modern smartphones use autofocus. Active autofocus systems measure distance independently of the optical system. They do this using either infrared light, ultrasonic sound waves, or using a time-of-flight principle which shines an LED light to the subject, measuring the distance it takes to hit the target. It's possible then that this spider is reacting to one of these autofocus methods.
Every time I touch my phone, it freaking
Tap it crazy.
moves.
Tap it crazy.
Look, look, look.
So after all this, hopefully this little guy's spidey senses aren't tingling too hard.
Touch the camera. It's like if it feels what I'm touching on the camera.
Okay, go. Ooh, that is so weird.
How and why?
When you're moving to Japan or moving in Japan, you want to think about when you move.
Anthony, the TikTok creator behind the popular page Anchan in Japan, typically shares content about life in Japan as an expat. His channel, known for covering topics like food, daily life, and especially the ins and outs of Japanese real estate, often features insightful tours of rental properties.
Today we're looking at an apartment that's literally outside Canal City.
However, one recent video has taken a much eerier turn, captivating viewers with a chilling and unexpected twist. While conducting a routine house tour in Fukuoka, Anthony's camera captures something eerie. What?
Today we have a classic Japanese home, starting with a very nice tatami room. This house will run you a monthly rent of 12 man. This 4-bedroom home is in a wonderful location.
Watching that again, as he pans past the living room, a shadowy figure appears in the frame, standing behind a room divider. However, when he looks behind the wall, there's clearly no one there.
This 4-bedroom home is in a wonderful location. 3-minute walk away from a supermarket.
The clip has since gone viral, racking up over 4 million views and sparking countless theories in the comments section. Some viewers have taken the eerie encounter in stride, joking that they wouldn't mind splitting rent with the ghost. Others, however, are far more creeped out, trying to unravel what the shadowy figure could actually be, whether a trick of the light or something more supernatural. Despite the buzz surrounding the video, Anthony has yet to comment on the sighting, leaving viewers to speculate on their own. So what do you think this is? Love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments down below.
This house will run you a monthly rent of 12 man. This 4-bedroom home is in a wonderful location. 3-minute walk away from a supermarket.
Our first clip of the day was sent to us by user 5007Z. They said they had recently been hearing what sounded like someone running on the roof of their home in Thibodaux, Louisiana over the course of several weeks. They couldn't quite explain what was causing the noise. Then they got a notification from their home security system that movement had been detected. Take a look at what their camera caught. The camera overlooks their neighbour's roof, where you can see a transparent figure run from right to left. The camera tries tracking the movement, but the figure disappears. So could this be the reason for the running sounds on the OP's roof? There's definitely something there, as the camera is activated by motion and it even tries to track it, but just what it is remains a complete mystery. Some security footage that people claim depict supernatural events is disturbing because of its banality, because of how closely it matches our everyday experiences. Then there's this footage from YouTuber Terra Latente. The footage appears to be from a security camera set to night mode mounted in a high corner of a hallway. As the footage begins, we see a person standing in the corner, their face and body only inches from the wall. After a few seconds, something black flies off to the right. Then the camera glitches heavily. But watch what happens next. An empty wheelchair rolls through the room. The person then turns to the camera. We can see that her eyes seem to glow in the dim light of the room. It's unclear when or where this footage was recorded, nor do we know who the person in the footage could be. Some viewers have suggested it could just be a snippet from a horror movie, but no one's been able to identify which film exactly. So let us know, have you seen this clip before? Is it just a movie, or could it be some real security footage? Let us know down below. This freaky little clip was uploaded to TikTok by elkakui.tv. Over the last few months, this husband began noticing his wife experiencing a restless sleep. She'd toss and turn and often talk in her sleep. Over a period of a few weeks, the behaviour got worse and worse. Curious to see what was happening while he was sleeping, the husband set up a camera to monitor his wife throughout the night. This is what the camera captured. The wife sits up in bed and opens her mouth wide. Her neck twitches before she slams back down onto the mattress. While this isn't paranormal at all, it's still incredibly unnerving to see her sit up and grin like that right in the middle of the night. If you were the husband, would you be sleeping in the same bed the next night? Let me know down below. Our first clip of the day was posted to Reddit by user Omar1R03. It's footage of two men exploring a collapsed cave system in Jordan. As they approach a filled-in tunnel, take a look at what they see. As one of the men removes several rocks, you can see some kind of face on the other side. It almost looks like a person covered in dust or some kind of disfigured animal. The Redditor who uploaded the clip asked the question whether this could be a ghost or a jinn. According to Arabic folklore, jinns are paranormal beings. They're believed to inhabit an unseen world parallel to our own. It's said that they can cross into our world, but we can't cross into theirs. In some traditions, jinns are malevolent beings who enjoy causing mischief and harm to humans. In other traditions, they're neutral or even benevolent beings that can help or harm humans depending on their mood or whim. They're described as having dark, soulless eyes, sharp claws and teeth with elongated fingers. Reactions to this clip have been varied over on Reddit, but most people were freaked out by the eerie sighting. One plausible explanation suggested it could be a toy doll covered in dirt, and if you slow it down, you can almost see the resemblance. But it's still freaky nonetheless. So what do you think? Is this a jinn, a doll, or could it be some kind of cryptid yet to be classified by modern science? Let us know in the comments down below. At first, this next one, uploaded by Instagrammer Paranoid Normal, seems to be a cute dog video.
Maverick.
One with the Halloween decorations.
But as the video plays out, it starts getting a little weird. The video shows a dog standing among a group of decorative black cats that someone's placed in the front yard as a Halloween decoration. But the dog doesn't move a muscle for a strange amount of time, almost as though he's frozen.
Maverick. Hey, come on. Mav.
While you might think this is just an adorably petrified pooch, take a close look at the dog's back end. Not even his tail is moving. Anyone who's ever been around a dog knows that they have trouble keeping their tails still for long, especially when they're stuck straight out in the air like this. To make matters even creepier, towards the end of the video, the dog suddenly seems to unfreeze, beginning to wag his tail and greeting his humans without a care in the world.
He's staying still as I can.
Hey, it's okay, dude. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on.
Viewers have a lot of theories about this strange footage. Some think it was a glitch in the fabric of reality. Others suggested it might be some kind of absence seizure, and yet some think it was a totally normal reaction for this breed of dog. So where do you sit on this one? Share your theories with one another in the comments down below.
Hey, it's okay, dude. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on.
An unsettling episode featured on the YouTube channel Fourth Wall explores the eerie paranormal activity surrounding an abandoned sewing machine factory in Japan, with a dark and tragic history. Years ago, the factory's president took his own life under mysterious circumstances, leaving the once bustling building to decay. As the story unfolds, viewers are guided through unsettling encounters and unexplained events captured by someone known only as videographer S, who has taken on the task of investigating the haunted site. The president's daughter, Noriko, initially tried to assist foreign employees after her father's passing, helping them find new jobs. However, the workers left abruptly, claiming they had been frightened away by the ghost of the president himself. Noriko recounts her own strange experiences while visiting the factory, including glimpses of something unusual during her visits. As videographer S captures footage within the factory, he begins to notice eerie phenomena. While on the third floor, they capture this on camera. A shadowy figure can be seen walking up the stairs. However, when they look up the stairs, they find a locked door and no sign of anyone. The creepy thing is, the locked door heads to the roof, where the company's president allegedly took his own life by jumping off the roof. The videographer becomes increasingly uneasy, questioning whether it's the president's ghost haunting the factory, or if there might be another malevolent entity at play. Adding to the mystery, the factory's demolition was halted when one of the workers suffered an injury on site, prompting further speculation about a possible curse tied to the factory's troubled past. The episode leaves viewers with an unsettling sense of mystery as the haunting atmosphere of the abandoned factory continues to loom large. With its Egyptian cotton sheets, high-speed Wi-Fi, and that certain charm of yesteryear, the Jefferson Hotel in Texas is quite inviting to guests. And while the hotel plays home to a wide variety, it seems that some guests may have never left. Posted to the historic Jefferson Hotel YouTube channel, these next clips might just show some of these ghostly residents. This first clip is an excerpt of footage captured by a security camera slightly before 4 a.m.
I got a notification of motion on one of our upstairs camera, which I thought was weird because no one was in the hotel except my wife and I. You can see I got the notification and I immediately ran up the stairs.
The hotel's owner received a notification that someone was walking in the hallway, and seeing that there were no guests staying at the hotel at the time, he decided to check things out for himself. While he was unable to find anything out of the ordinary, when he reviewed the security footage, something rather eerie caught his attention. Take a look.
There it is. So to me, that was a person walking by, and I was like, okay. So we searched the hotel. Like I said, nobody was there.
As you can see, there's a figure that moves past the green door at the end of the hallway.
Right there. Okay. So you can't really tell what it is, but it's still... This is zoomed all the way.
If we zoom in, you can see the ghostly figure in more detail.
And here it comes. Definitely looks like a solid figure.
The owner then points out that a few minutes prior to the sighting, the lamp at the end of the hallway mysteriously turns off.
What else is weird is prior to this, you'll notice the lamp was on at the end of the hall. And it goes off. There it goes. This was about, well, 4:37. Yeah, about 2 or 3 minutes prior to the event.
The green door seen in this footage actually belongs to room 19, a place that's said to be a particularly volatile hotspot of paranormal activity. The hotel itself has a long and checkered history. At one time it was a bordello, and room 19 was the site of a young woman's murder. She's now said to appear in the mists of hot showers and supposedly leaves messages in room 19's bathroom mirror. Sometimes her scribblings seem like warnings, and at other times, pleas for help. The name Judy has been seen, but it's unclear if it's actually her name or someone she yearns to contact. A second ghostly entity thought to haunt room 19 is another young woman. She's said to appear most often to male guests who are travelling alone and can be recognised by her bridal gown and golden hair, and feet that never touch the ground. While this spirit has been spotted all over the hotel, she seems to usually haunt a specific bed, now located in room 19. The woman's identity is unconfirmed, but she's thought to be one of 2 women who visited the hotel some 50 years apart. Both women are said to have suffered the same fate. Both were jilted at the altar and subsequently took their own lives on the bed that now sits in room 19. In this second clip, captured in the hotel, we see the owner working in the hallway. Suddenly, one of the doors seemingly opens all by itself. According to the description, the poster says he heard a voice coming from the rear of the hotel just before it opened. His first thought was that the door might not have been closed all the way. However, he'd been walking back and forth for hours and nothing had happened. The creepiest part is he claims he actually heard the door's handle unlatch. Apparently, the Jefferson Hotel doesn't get a lot of paranormal activity on its lower floor. However, this next clip was captured on a security camera in the downstairs hallway. Take a look at what it captured.
Okay, so the white area right up top is where you need to watch. You're going to see something peer out right there and then go down.
Just like the first video, this one was captured a little before 4 a.m.
in the morning.
As you can see, a mysterious figure seems to poke its head out from one of the rooms, then quickly go back inside.
And kind of goes back in. I'll do the movement side by side to kind of show you. It's a weird movement. I don't know exactly, like I said, what it was.
While the figure is hard to make out, it looks as though it has dark hair and is wearing a white top or dress.
It's a weird movement. I don't know exactly, like I said, what it was.
According to the poster, there were no guests staying on that floor at the time. There were some who moved through the hallway, however, but no one was seen entering or leaving this particular room. This final clip was supposedly captured by a guest staying at the hotel. It appears to show a doll moving behind the bed.
Yeah, so something's peering out. Wait, did it do it twice there?
The doll remains still for a few more seconds before finally toppling to the floor.
It just fell over.
So right.
That is creepy. Even the way it falls.
Almost, you can see that, almost like, you know, that Grim Reaper kind of hoodie style thing you got.
So it seems that if you're a paranormal enthusiast, the Jefferson Hotel might be a great place to spend the night. There are plenty more creepy videos on their YouTube channel too. As always, I'll leave a link to their channel in the description box down below.
Bounces off a solid object and comes back.
Oh!
This next freaky little clip was uploaded to YouTube by Carrie E. In February 2021, the uploader's home security system captured an anomaly moving through their living room. Take a look at what the camera saw.
Rewind it. It didn't even pick up that motion.
The camera, which turns on when motion is detected, captures a strange black shadow moving through the room.
It didn't even pick up that motion.
Once the figure leaves the side of the camera, the system changes from night vision to full color, as though it's trying to capture the object properly.
It didn't even pick up that motion.
The homeowner has no idea what this thing is, but asks whether it could be a shadow person. When it comes to the paranormal, one of the most popular topics are shadow people. But what are they exactly? Shadow people have often been described as dark human-like figures that are often seen in fleeting moments out the corner of our eyes. Some say they're ghosts or spirits, while others believe they're extraterrestrial beings or even entities from other dimensions. There is no definitive answer, but that doesn't stop people from wondering. There have been many reports of shadow people over the years, with some even claiming they've seen them multiple times. One thing that is consistent in these accounts is that the shadow people are always dark and lack any facial features. This has led many to believe that they might actually just be shadows or perhaps hallucinations caused by a lack of sleep, but there's no scientific explanation for why they've been seen by so many people and why the accounts are all so similar. So could this be video evidence that shadow people really do exist? Or is there another way to explain this strange sighting? Share your theories with one another in the comments down below.
It didn't even pick up that motion.
On November 13, 2023, YouTuber Look to the Sky 00 experienced a hauntingly surreal encounter in the dead of night. At around 3:25 AM, as they sat in bed playing bingo on their laptop, they were interrupted by a strange sound drifting in through their open bedroom window. At first, the noise was faint, so they muted the TV to listen more closely. When the sound returned, they were startled to recognize what sounded like a horse's neigh echoing across their property, which has a history as an old horse farm but is now eerily vacant. Armed only with their cell phone, they recorded the sound, catching something far more chilling in the process. Take a look. It can be hard to see at first, but a white figure can be seen pacing up and down their driveway. The ghostly apparition appears to move along the sidewalk. Behind their car. And eventually towards the barn before disappearing altogether. Capturing both the strange horse sounds and the mysterious figure, the OP could see the translucent entity with their own eyes, as well as through the camera's lens. According to the YouTuber, this isn't the first strange experience at their century-old farmhouse, which has a reputation for paranormal activity. But this incident is the first time they've managed to capture something on camera, leaving viewers fascinated and unnerved by the sight of an unknown figure pacing where horses once roamed. Our last clip of the day comes from the YouTube channel Kisa Kehedupan. It's some home security footage of a boy playing some video games, when suddenly things turn a little strange. Take a look.
Mom?
Watching that again, two doors open on either side of the room. The boy notices them, but doesn't pay them too much attention. Then suddenly, it's as though something grabs the boy's chair and pulls him backwards. He screams for his mum and runs from the room. Most viewers have been creeped out by this footage, saying that the boy's reaction feels quite genuine.
Mom?
So what do you think? Could this boy really have been attacked by some kind of paranormal force? Watch the clip again and judge for yourself. A few weeks ago, we featured this eerie clip from TikToker Martina Manar. Well, it seems this alleged haunting is a little deeper and darker than we first thought. Manar lives with her family in Dubai. For some months now, she's thought a very dark energy has taken up residence in their home. Disembodied screams, moving objects, and shadowy figures are just a few of the chilling details that make up the Manar family haunting. The events started getting so frequent that Manar started to document as much as she could to try and prove to the outside world that something paranormal was indeed happening. In this first one, Manar is filming a cute family update for her husband. Watch what happens.
Oh my god, that's that. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Yaku, ignore it. Calma. No, it's alright. Don't, Yaku, don't be scared, I said. No need to be scared.
Out of nowhere, the curtains fall down and the wardrobe door flings open. The family leaves the room in a panic. Now here's some security footage that's picked up on some more strange activity.
What the hell is happening here? Oh my god, I'm going away. I'm leaving this house. I'm going away. I'm going. Zilla!
In another clip, Manar shows the wardrobe again. This time, the door appears to be opening and closing all on its own.
Look at the door. It's gonna be crazy. What is that? Oh no.
As if all this activity wasn't enough, the lounge room security camera catches this.
What is this? What's happening? I'm making video of the show. No.
Watching that again, the door begins to bang. A few seconds later, the chair slides across the room. Then it looks like something grabs Manar's top and starts pulling at it. So could this family really be haunted? Some viewers think the footage is a little over the top, suggesting wires and camera tricks are being used to pull in those much sought after views. This is an ongoing saga and one we'll continue to keep an eye on. As always, I'll put links for you to check them out in the description box down below. If you can't get enough of the scary videos, then click these links on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one.